Our next guest is the former Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York, Betsy McCaughey, currently Senior Fellow at the London Center for Policy Research, syndicated columnist. Betsy, good to see you.
Thank you.
According to the World Health Organization, the number of Ebola cases could start doubling every few weeks.
That's right.
The president responding urgently. What do you think?
Well, I'm glad that he's responding, and many of his critics have said he should have responded sooner. But there are three issues here. One is the enormous amount of money he said today that he was going to be committing just in the first 6 months, $750 million. As you just mentioned, there are about 2,500 deaths so far from Ebola. Compare that with the 23,000 Americans who die in hospitals each year from superbugs. The president has allocated only...
Let me interrupt. 2,461 deaths so far on this, the worst ever outbreak of Ebola.
Yes.
Almost 5,000 total cases.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that compares to...
The death toll is 10 times that number from superbugs that patients encounter in hospitals.
In U.S. hospitals.
That's right. Right here in the U.S. You go in for a hip replacement or a heart attack or even to have a baby, and you can pick up one of these deadly superbugs. The death toll is 10 times as great, and it's killing our parents, our siblings, our friends, and the president has allocated only $30 million in his budget to solve that problem. So I'm saying
$750 million
right.
for Ebola, and how much for all?
A puny little $30 million to solve the problem of these superbugs. So that's one issue. A second issue is the United States should consider restrictions on travel between the United States and this part of just this small part of West Africa, because inevitably, someone unknowingly will get on a plane with Ebola and come to the United States. And our hospitals are not ready for Ebola.
When you say our hospitals aren't ready?
They're not ready.
Empirically?
I'll tell you why. Hospitals that can't stop the spread of MRSA, VRE, C. diff, CRE, these infections that are literally household names in the medical community here because so many patients get them. If they can't stop those germs from spreading from one patient to the next, how are they going to stop Ebola?
Well, I think that's a fair question. What is the response of the medical establishment?
The medical establishment knows they're not ready. Now, a place like Emory University does have the very special equipment to care for those two Ebola victims who came back from West Africa.
A small number.
A handful of hospitals across the United States, but most hospitals don't. Another question we should be raising is deploying the military into Africa. Is it appropriate to ask our armed services to expose themselves to this kind of danger? It's not what they were trained for. The president has said they will be providing security for healthcare workers, some of whom tragically will come down with Ebola. We should know what kind of safeguards are going to be provided for those military people.
Yeah, I think that you raise indeed terrific points, and hopefully someone in Washington will exercise their God-given intellects and go through the logic of it all. Thanks for being with us, Betsy.